Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumera Kamal. The headlines first. Prime Minister says Pakistan will never accept the Indian efforts to annex the state of Kashmir. Foreign Minister says a revocation of Article 370 and 35A by Indian Parliament is a clear violation of international laws. The Corps Commanders Conference chaired by Army Chief in Rawalpindi today fully supported the government's rejection of Indian actions regarding Kashmir. In occupied Kashmir, the authorities have converted the entire territory into a big jail through huge deployment of forces. Iran has unveiled 3 advanced precision-guided smart missiles today. China has warned to take countermeasures if the United States deploys intermediate-range missiles in Asia-Pacific region. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says Pakistan will never accept the Indian efforts to annex the state of Kashmir. Giving a policy statement in the joint session of Parliament in Islamabad today, he said the revocation of Articles 370 and 35A by Indian government will further intensify the freedom struggle of Kashmiris. He said the Indian step of revocation of Kashmir's special status contravenes all relevant UN resolutions, India courts' decisions, and the public opinion. Imran Khan expressed fear that India will now do ethnic cleansing of Kashmiris in order to change the demography of the occupied territory. Imran Khan said the current BJP government in India is a follower of RSS that believes in racist ideology against all minorities in that country. He said the father of nation Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah had recognized this much earlier and supported the two-nation theory to give the Muslims of India a separate homeland that is free from bigotry and racism. Addressing the joint session, leader of the opposition in the National Assembly, Shehbaz Sharif, said Pakistan is for Kashmiris and Kashmiris are for Pakistan. He said Indian Prime Minister's attempt to occupy the state of Kashmir by revocation of Article 35A has a direct bearing on security and integrity of Pakistan. He said the whole people of Pakistan want to know what response the government will take to counter the situation. Shehbaz Sharif said Modi government not only usurp the rights of Kashmiris, but also challenges the dignity and honor of Pakistan. This action by India is a slap on the face of UNSC and international community. He said Pakistan wants to resolve issues peacefully as war is no solution to any problem. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says revocation of Article 370 and 35A by Indian Parliament Lok Sabha is a clear violation of international laws. He was addressing to the emergency meeting of OIC Contact Group on Kashmir in Jeddah today. The meeting was convened in wake of latest situation in occupied Kashmir erupted after revocation of Article 370 by the Indian government. He said over 100,000 Kashmiris have been martyred by Indian forces in occupied Kashmir since 1989. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said about 22,000 Kashmiri women became widowed, 108,000 children orphaned, and 12,000 women were raped in occupied Kashmir. Foreign Office spokesperson Dr. Muhammad Faisal says India has moved from occupation to annexation in occupied Kashmir. In a tweet today, he said this too shall fail. Corps Commanders Conference has fully supported the government's rejection of Indian actions regarding Kashmir. Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa chaired the conference on Kashmir situation in Rawalpindi today. The forum said Pakistan never recognized the sham Indian efforts to legalize its occupation of Jammu and Kashmir through Article 370 or 35A decades ago, efforts of which have now been revoked by India itself. Speaking on the occasion, the Army Chief said Pakistan Army firmly stands by the Kashmiris in their just struggle to the every end. He said, "We are prepared and shall go to any extent to fulfill our obligations in this regard." In Azad Jammu and Kashmir, protest demonstrations and rallies are being held today to condemn and reject the Indian presidential decree that scrapped the special status for disputed occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Protest demonstrations are being held in Muzaffarabad, Neelam, Jhelum Valley, Bagh, Rawalakot, and other cities and towns of Azad Kashmir. In occupied Kashmir, Indian authorities continued to impose curfew and other restrictions on second day, converting the entire territory into a big jail through huge deployment of forces. All educational institutions are closed while internet services snapped across occupied Jammu and Kashmir. There is no contact of the external world with the residents of the valley, while local newspapers failed to update their online editions. Majority of newspapers could also not print out due to curfew and other restrictions. The entire resistance leadership, including Sayyid Ali Gilani and Mirwais Umar Farooq, continued to remain under house arrest or in jails. In India, the main opposition party Congress has warned that Modi government's decision to end special status for Jammu and Kashmir under Article 370 of the Constitution will have grave implications for national security. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, in a tweet today, said national integration is not furthered by unilaterally tearing apart Jammu and Kashmir, imprisoning elected representatives, and violating the Constitution. He said the Indian nation is made by its people, not plots of land. This is Radio Pakistan. President Dr. Arif Alvi says the future of Pakistan is in hands of young generation. He made these remarks while talking to teachers and students of Balochistan Residential College, Lora Lei, who called on him in Islamabad today. The president advised the students for hard work and dedication to ensure development of the country. The United States has acknowledged Pakistan's support in hosting the Afghan refugees despite its financial constraints and limitations. This was stated by United States Assistant Secretary for South Asia Alice Wells during her meeting with Minister Saffron Shahryar Afridi in Islamabad today. Alice Wells expressed hope that the refugee repatriation would be done in a peaceful and dignified manner, keeping in view the prevailing situation in Afghanistan. Shahryar Afridi said Afghan refugees are being provided with the best possible treatment during their temporary stay in Pakistan. Japanese investors have expressed keen interest to invest in pharmaceutical, food, and agricultural sectors of Pakistan. Ambassador of Japan to Pakistan, Koninori Matsuda, expressed this desire during a meeting with advisor to Prime Minister on Finance and Revenue, Dr. Abdul Hafiz Sheikh, in Islamabad today. The ambassador said that Japanese government is planning to invite high-level Pakistani business delegations to Japan to explore the possibilities of finding new trade ventures. Iran has unveiled 3 advanced precision-guided smart missiles today. Talking to media, Iranian Defense Minister Brigadier General Amir Hatami said that Iran is ready to defend itself in the face of conspiracies. He said Bulletin has folding wings designed to increase its range and is guided by GPS and sensors and could be mounted under aircraft. Hatami described Yasin as a long-range smart guided bomb, while Ram is also a missile meant for precision strikes and could hit within 50 centimeters of a target. In Afghanistan, Taliban have denounced presidential election and warned to attack election rallies. In a statement, they said that instead of election to be held on 28th of next month, efforts should be made to negotiate a deal with the United States for withdrawal of its troops from Afghanistan. They said this election process is nothing more than a ploy to deceive the common people. China has warned to take countermeasures if the United States deploys intermediate-range missiles in Asia-Pacific region. Talking to media in Beijing, Director of Foreign Ministry's Arms Control Department, Fu Kong, said that the U.S. withdrawal from the Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces Treaty would have a direct negative impact on the global strategic stability as well as security in Europe and Asia-Pacific region. And finally, the weather. Rain, wind, thunderstorm, and isolated heavy falls are expected at scattered places in Islamabad, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Lahore, Hazara divisions, and Kashmir during the next 24 hours. The rain may also occur at isolated places in Sargodha, Faisalabad, Dera Ghazi Khan, Job, and Kalad divisions. Hot and humid weather is likely to prevail elsewhere in the country. To end the news, here are some of the headlines once again. Prime Minister says Pakistan will never accept the Indian efforts to annex the state of Kashmir. Foreign Minister says the revocation of Article 370 and 35A by Indian Parliament is a clear violation of international laws. In occupied Kashmir, the authorities have converted the entire territory into a big jail through huge deployment of forces. China has warned to take countermeasures if the United States deploys intermediate-range missiles in Asia-Pacific region. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/radio Pakistan News Official.